The Flying People Ride, Gorky Park, 1937. The show consisted of 6 flights in a 180-degree arc. The bathysphere is the world's first deep-sea research vessel. On a Chevrolet in front of a diner, 1947 and 63 years later. A man posing with a donkey in his lap, 1910s. Albert Einstein at a lecture. The testing of a bulletproof vest in 1923. Soviet filmmaker Sergei Eisenstein posing on an echinocactus, 1930-1931. Telephone lines go up in Cortland, Kansas, 1903. A combine harvester pulled by 20 mules. Walla Walla County, United States, July 1941. A group photograph of the crew of the British battlecruiser Hood. Of the 1,415 men who survived the battle with the Bismarck, only 3 survived. Tintype of 2 Victorian chaps who really want to show you their feet, 1870s. Two Kashmir giants and their exhibitor, Professor Ricalton, 1903. Suma Lamont, a circus performer showcasing her juggling skills, circa 1973. Melanie Griffith and husband Don Johnson in 1976. The Beautiful Leg Competition, 1951. Trimming the tallest hedge in England in 1962. Punishment China, 1900. John Vermillion was one of the many gunfighters in the Old West, with colorful nicknames like Texas Jack and Shoot Your Eye Out Vermillion. Lou Ferrigno and Sinbad of the Seven Seas, 1989. Beatrix Potter and her pet rabbit. An American soldier feeds milk to a still blind kitten, Korean War. Catholic woman and Protestant husband graves in Holland, 1888. Charles Godefroy flies through the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. The height of the opening is 29.42 meters. The width is 14.62 meters. The wingspan of the aircraft is 9 meters wide, 1919. A group of children pulling pranks, France, 1934. A Real Lady of the West, Texas, 1906. Mila Jovovich with her parents, 1980s. (1937) Cadillac Fifth, 16, Hartman convertible with space-age styling. The Guinness Brewery, Dublin, 1910. San Francisco earthquake, 1906. Ten horses hauling spruce log on Skid Road, Washington, 1905. Debbie Harry, 1971. Temple Abu Simbel, seen from the Nile, 1905. Rose Dunn, commonly known as Rose of the Cimarron, was a legendary person in the Wild West who was associated with bandit organizations in the late 1800s. She was born in 1879 in Oklahoma and grew up on a ranch. View from the window at Le Gras. The very first photograph, 1827. Monica Bellucci arm wrestles Shayna Zadrick, 1994. Portrait, Cattle Rustlers, New Mexico, 1870s. The $64 washer, 1941. A German child meets her father for the first time, 1956. A 1971 photo of Iranian women at the University of Tehran campus. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. in 1907. Sandbags protecting Amiens Cathedral from World War I. Bombing damage France 1910s. Harrison Ford visiting Steven Spielberg on location as E.T. in 1981. First transcontinental railroad completed. Tobacco farmers protecting their crop during the Tobacco War in southwestern Kentucky. This is the last image of Alfred Lowenstein before he vanished mysteriously from his private plane in 1928. During the flight, he entered the bathroom and was never seen again. To this day, what truly happened on that flight remains a mystery. The 9 sovereigns at Windsor for the funeral of King Edward VII. Little Italian girl feeds a British soldier with macaroni, Italy, September 1943. Stranded people sleep in the lobby at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, New York City blackout, 1977. Our first grizzly, killed by General Custer and Colonel Ludlow by Illingworth, 1874, during Black Hills expedition. Italian woman carrying box of dry goods in New York, February of 1912. George Davey was sentenced to 1 month's hard labor at Wandsworth Prison in 1872 for stealing 2 rabbits. He was 10 years old. B-17G Fortress Mizpah took a direct AAA hit in the nose on a mission on 14 July 1944 to bomb the rail yards at Budapest. Philco predicted television from the late 1950s. Queen Genenpil, the last queen of Mongolia, 1923. The Cincinnati Public Library's first bookmobile, circa 1927. Under the onslaught of advancing Soviet troops, not only Berlin residents but also the zoo's inhabitants suffered. Some, like this bird, were taken home by the zookeepers to protect them from starvation or bombing. World War II. Cameron Diaz in the 1990s. Buffalo Skull Mountain, 1870. American officers Lieutenant Colonel Ben Thompson and Virgil Happy with bundles of cash in the Magdeburg bank vault, where 280 million in Reichsmarks was found, 1945. A young girl is using empty soup cans as hair rollers. This was in the 1960s. Nancy Pelosi with JFK, 1960. General Motors electric car circa 1973. On February 17, 1974, a disgruntled United States Army soldier stole a UH-1 helicopter from Fort George Meade, Maryland, and landed it on the south lawn of the White House. 1979, Philips introduces the CD. A woman in the Wild West wearing a sun mask. Gymnastics exercises of the fascist youth organization at a stadium in Milan, 1930s. Ali versus the Beatles, 1964. Johnny Eck was an American sideshow performer most known for his role in the film Freaks, 1932. He was born with sacral agenesis and used his hands to walk around. The Germans interred at Stalingrad, World War II. Father training his son Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee, 1966, Facebook. Young Steve McQueen. Nicolas Cage and his father, August Coppola, 1988. Body of RMS Titanic victim aboard rescue vessel CS Minia, April or May 1912. The Bo are a people belonging to the Great Andaman Islands in India. In 1858, the tribe's population was estimated at 200, but by 1931, only 6 remained. Children play with banknotes that have been turned into paper money due to inflation. Germany, 1923. Restoration work at Stonehenge, England, 1957. The tilt test. How they proved that London's double-decker buses were not a tipping hazard, 1933. John F. Kennedy holding a snake in Palm Beach, Florida, 1936. Muhammad Ali posing with a group of women. Workers cleaning the Chrysler Building's eagle ornament in 1932. David Bowie, Art Garfunkel, Paul Simon, Yoko Ono, John Lennon, and Roberta Flack backstage at the 1975 Grammy Awards. Adolf Hitler and other high-ranking Nazi members looking at a model of the Volkswagen Beetle circa 1938. Woodrow Wilson Human Formation Camp Sherman 1918. White Wolf, or Chief John Smith, who was Ojibwe living near Cass Lake, Minnesota. He claimed that he was 137 years old. Penicillin discovered by Sir Alexander Fleming, September 3, 1928. Nazi rally at New York City, 1939. First beauty course, a beauty course taught by Elena Rubinstein. Faro, or Faro Bank is a late 17th century French gambling card game. N.H. Orphans Home, a state-run orphanage on the property of Daniel Webster's farm, which was in existence from Youngsters at a Record Shop, West Grove, Mississippi, 1944. Britt Eklund on her then-husband Peter Sellers' yacht, circa 1964. A blind Muslim named Muhammad carries his best friend, a paralyzed Christian with dwarfism named Samir, Damascus, 1889. "3,000 men, who were part of building Chase Manhattan Bank, pose for a photo at the end of construction work." August, 1964. The Happiest Man in China, 1901. Malcolm X with a rifle peering out the window of his home in 1964. Albert Einstein giving a lecture to students at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, 1946. KFC restaurant from the 1960s. A United States paratrooper, wounded in the battle for Hamburger Hill, grimaces in pain as he awaits medical evacuation at base camp near the Laotian border on 19th May 1969. Italian monk wearing a funeral mask, 1892. Morning train in Japan, 1964. The wreck of U-118, a German U-boat surrendered at the end of World War I, which ran aground as a result of a towing cable snapping at Hastings in January 1919. (1917) More than 100 people surrounded a giant sequoia log in California. Goldie Williams, also known as Meg Murphy, arrested on January 29, 1898, for vagrancy, listed her occupation as prostitute and her city of residence as Chicago. Waiters carrying half bottles of champagne set off on the annual waiters' race from Soho Square to Greek Street in London's Soho, 1955. A Kwakiutl Indian collects shellfish in Washington, 1910. French farmers and their sheep protest at the Eiffel Tower against the construction of a military base on their land, 1972. This man suffers from elephantiasis. A girl performing the limbo dance, United States, 1964. Frida Kahlo at age 5, 1912. June Clyde tanning in cellophane, 1932. A prisoner in a French prison. The mustache tattoo was done as a protest against the administration. France, 1900s. Dr. Fukushi Masaichi is a pathologist who founded a unique collection of tattoos taken from cadavers. Tokyo, 1987. Sami Northern Indigenous couple, 1871, Sweden. Crowds line up for miles to visit the Field Columbian Museum at its present-day Grant Park location on opening day, May 2, 1921. Olive Oatman, former captive of a Mojave tribe. The tattoo was given to ensure safe passage to the afterlife. 1856. Sergeant Alvin C. York, a famous American soldier of World War I, being greeted by his mother on his return home to Pall Mall, Tennessee, 1919. A flapper woman from the 1920s, embodying the spirit of a decade. Dunster Yarn Market, Somerset, England, 1878 and 2015. Two men circa 1900 share a message far ahead of its time. A couple dancing swing, 1940s.